What if I told you that you could be a hero? I'm not talking about comic books. I mean, right here, right now, in your everyday life. Today, we're going to unlock that power with a simple guide, a guide to making smart choices that can literally save lives.
So how do we do it? Well, it's way easier than you think. It really just starts with knowing how to keep yourself and the people around you safe. This isn't about capes or superpowers. Nope. It's about the real-world impact of smart, daily choices.
All right, first up, your hero training, it begins on the street. It doesn't matter if you're in a car, on a bike, or just walking. Understanding the rules of the road is your first superpower for preventing accidents and protecting, well, everyone. You see this red octagon? It's more than just a sign. It's a command, a full, complete stop. That's not just a rule, that's the moment you take control. That little pause gives you the power to check things out and make sure the coast is clear. It's a 3-second action that, you guessed it, saves lives. And this is all about teamwork on the road. The yield sign is about being aware and, being courteous. A hero knows that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is just pause and let someone else go by safely. It's all about making things predictable and safe for everybody. Now, this is so important to remember. The number you see on this sign isn't a goal to hit. It's a boundary for safety. The difference between 30 and 40 miles an hour, that can be the difference between a close call and a real tragedy. Sticking to the limit gives you more time to react, and that keeps everyone safer. Okay, when you're a pedestrian, you've got your own protective code. It starts with staying on the sidewalk. When it's time to cross, find a real crosswalk. And always, always do that safety check. Look left, right, and then left one more time before you step out. Oh, and at night, bright clothes make you a visible hero. Riding a bike? This is your gear and your code of conduct. You're sharing the road, so you've got to obey the signs and use hand signals. But what's the single most important piece of gear for a cycling hero? You know it. It's that helmet. That thing is your shield. All right, our next heroic challenge is against an invisible enemy that is all around us: germs. But don't you worry, you have a whole arsenal of tools to defeat them. So what are we really up against? Well, germs are these microscopic invaders, just lurking on surfaces in the air, ready to make us sick. They can spread through coughs, sneezes, direct contact. But knowing your enemy, that's the first step to winning the battle. And check this out. This is where we learn the enemy's weaknesses. Germs, they thrive in dirty, damp, and warm spots. But they absolutely cannot stand our simple cleaning toolkit. The very structure of soap literally pulls them apart. Soap, hot water, and bleach, it's like they're kryptonite. I want you to think of these things as your personal force field, just for you. Sharing them is like opening up a direct highway for germs to travel from one person to another. So keeping your toothbrush, your towel, your utensils all to yourself is a simple but super powerful act of hygiene. And hey, don't forget, fighting germs also means protecting your teeth from their sneaky little partner, sugar. Sugary food and drinks are a feast for the bad bacteria in your mouth, which then create acid that causes tooth decay. So a balanced diet and brushing twice a day, that's a powerful shield for your smile. A hero's work is never done, right? It extends beyond just ourselves. So now, let's look at how you can expand your influence and protect our biggest home, planet Earth. A healthy environment is really the foundation for a healthy life. First, let's talk about the air we all breathe. Have you ever been near a fire or a really busy road and felt that, tightness in your chest? That's air pollution. These tiny particles from cars and factories and fires can get into our lungs and lead to some serious problems, like nasty coughs and chest infections. Next up, our water. When rivers and lakes get polluted, they can go from being sources of life to being breeding grounds for disease. Drinking, washing, or even cooking with dirty water can spread really serious illnesses like diarrhea and cholera, which can be life-threatening. And finally, the very ground we walk on. When trash gets dumped where it shouldn't be, it doesn't just look bad. It becomes a perfect home for germs and pests like flies and rats. And then those pests can carry diseases from the trash right into our homes and communities. Yuck. But you can fight back. These are not just chores. They are planet-saving missions. Every single piece of litter you pick up, every tree you plant, every bottle you recycle, every drop of water you save, it makes our environment healthier and safer for every one of us. Okay,
The final chapter in our Hero's Guide is all about understanding your body's own defense system. Knowledge is our greatest superpower, and by understanding how our bodies work, we can protect ourselves and others with compassion and facts. So let's talk about HIV. Think of your immune system as your own personal army of soldiers, constantly on patrol, fighting off germs and sickness. HIV is a very specific kind of virus that attacks and weakens those very soldiers, which makes it harder for your body to defend itself against other infections. Now, this is one of the most important slides in the whole guide, because knowledge is your power against fear and misinformation. HIV is not spread by everyday contact, not by playing, hugging, sharing food, or mosquito bites. It's spread through very specific ways, like contact with infected blood. Knowing the facts is how we fight stigma and support each other.
So here's how you can protect yourself. These are simple, but they are powerful rules. Always use a barrier, like gloves, if you have to help someone who's bleeding. Keep your own cuts covered up with a plaster. And never, ever share needles or razors. It's really just about being aware and staying safe. So, we've covered the road, we've covered germs, the planet, and our personal health. We've learned the rules, we've identified the threats, and we've armed ourselves with knowledge. So what does it all really boil down to? It means that every single time you wash your hands, or look both ways before crossing the street, or recycle a plastic bottle, or choose understanding over fear, you are performing an act of heroism. These small choices, they add up. They create a safer, healthier world for all of us. And now, the guide is yours. The information is in your hands. So the only question left is, how will you use your power to make a difference today? The world is waiting for its everyday heroes.